Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're doing some more tutorials. This time we are showing traps, and I will be demonstrating the traps on my guinea pig. Where is she? Oh, here she is. So we've got 8 traps, and here's the first trap. So this is the first trap. It involves a block, special block of choice, and then you can put like a sign on it or whatever, and the player will mine it and then will fall down and die of fall damage. And it works simply on a little piston being updated by you mining it, and then that breaking blocks underneath the gravity blocks. So I'll show you how to build all these designs after demonstrating them. So here's how you build this one. So to make this pitfall trap, you'll need a falling block of choice, a special block to put in the middle that you want them to mine, some banners, a sign, a piston, a temporary redstone block, and some blocks of choice temporarily. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to make a hole like this. Now you can make it bigger. If you make it to this size that I've made mine, then there's no way they can be standing on the edge and be able to mine the center block. So they are definitely going to fall down the hole if they mine it, unless they use like a Elytra and fly past or something, at which point it's impossible to stop them from doing it. So you'll need a hole like this. You probably want to make it 23 blocks deep, because that's enough to kill a player. If they have armor, you might want to make it deeper, or if you're just trying to scare them, then you won't need it as deep. So to build the trap, all you need to do is build in towards the middle, find the center block, which I have done, place the emerald block 1 block higher, like this. Then you place your piston underneath and your redstone block on the side. Now update the piston like that. Now it's being bud powered and will stay like that until you remove the redstone block and then update it again. Now you use your banners to create like a banner layer under here, which you'll place all your sand on. So once you've finished placing all the banners or whatever you use, you could also use signs, but then you've got to click off or get off the text bit every time, so it takes a lot longer. Once you've placed all your banners, you'll now want to place your gravity block of choice on top. And the way it's going to work is when they break the emerald block, that's going to update the piston. The piston will retract. Then all the banners will break because they're only attached to the piston arm. And because they've all broken, then the sand will fall down, or whatever gravity block you use will fall down. So now I've put all the sand in. This is the bit where you have to be careful not to do the wrong things. So you can place a sign if you want on the emerald block. You could use like an iron block, a gold block, a diamond block if you really want to. I think an emerald block's a good choice. So you could put whatever you want. Then you need to break the redstone block, but don't break any blocks near, next to where the piston is. So the emerald block or any of these 4 sand blocks around it. Now your trap is set, and if this emerald block is broken, all these sand blocks will instantly fall down, and you'll probably die of fall damage. So this next one's really simple, and the way it works is you usually put this where someone already has a door and a pressure plate. All you do is you just put a dispenser underneath and put a cursive binding dragon head, and then maybe if someone walks onto it, let's see how long it takes them to notice that their head is like 5 times bigger and has a giant nose sticking out the front. So to build this next super simple design, which requires a iron door, you might not even need the iron door or whatever, because the player might already have an iron door in their base, which is probably the best place to put it, where an iron door already was. So you put down your iron door, then you use your block of choice, to make the door frame, obviously, although that will probably already be there. Now, the only thing you'll need to change in their base is replace the block under the pressure plate with a dispenser and put your cursive binding dragon head inside the dispenser. And then, if the pressure plate is stepped on, you must be partially on top of the dispenser, meaning you'll get the dragon head put on you, which will be amusing to look at, and it may take a while for the player to notice it was put on unless they hear the game sound of the dispenser. So that's a good one to pull if you don't want to kill them or anything. Lucky for my guinea pig, I think they're going to lose this giant dragon head quite shortly, because this next trap involves TNT. So you'd put this usually where someone already has a piston door, the simple piston door design, and it will trap them and blow them up. It does put water out so that it doesn't do any block damage, and yep, there goes the dragon head. For this next design, you'll need dropper, hopper, block of choice, pressure plate, water bucket, comparator, redstone torch, sticky pistons, dispensers, redstone dust, note block, TNT. So what you do is you put your pressure plates like this, you dig under here, get your dropper, put it facing into this block so you can see it's this way, place a hopper. Now you need to place an item in here, it can be any old item. Then put a note block back here to update the dropper if it's this pressure plate powering, because it will power this block, which will bud power this, and that will just update it. You'll need a redstone dust so that if it's this pressure plate that gets stepped on, it powers this block, powering redstone dust, powering this block, powering the dropper. Then you'll need a comparator this side and a comparator this side. The block there, blocks above the comparators, you can cover this all up now. Then you need redstone torches like this. Actually no, one block lower. With blocks on top, redstone dust on top of the blocks. Then you need sticky pistons either side of the blocks and redstone dust. With then your main door blocks. You place blocks here, blocks here, blocks here, blocks here. Now you need your dispenser. We're going to put the water and TNT in them in a second, but I would save that to the very end, because otherwise it can update it sometimes and cause it to blow up. So then do that. Now this is the last thing you do. You put the TNT and the water bucket in, and now if these pressure plates get stood on, they'll open the doors will very quickly close again, trap you inside, water will be put out, and so will TNT. The water's to stop it from doing any block damage, while it will still do damage to the player and blow the player up probably, unless they have really good blast protection or something. This next design is also best put where someone already has a piston door, the basic piston door design. It's really simple. All you need to do is just put some blocks behind and dig a big deep hole where under the main door blocks. So when they run along, the doors will open, they'll run against it and just fall and die. Now, the reason you need these blocks back here is because when a player runs, there is a chance that if they're sprinting, they'll be able to just run over the hole. So that's why you need the blocks there, to block them from running over. And then they're 100% going to fall if they don't stop quick enough. So they're very unlikely to react in time, and it's really simple, quite easy to do, especially if you have like diamond tools.
So for this next design, you'll also want to probably put it where a pressure plate activated 2x2 piston door already was. So you'll need stone pressure plates, redstone torch, redstone dust, sticky piston, and a block of choice. So you want to put your sticky pistons back here. Then you'll want redstone dust down here and under here. Redstone torches here and here. Blocks here to power the bottom pistons. And then redstone dust on top to power the top ones. You want your blocks and your barrier, like ones at the back, to block the player from being able to run over it. And then just your pressure plates. And then if someone already had a 2x2 activated by pressure plate piston door, you could just dig the hole and place the blocks behind. And then when they come along, they'll stand on the pressure plates, the doors will open, they'll run into the blocks, drop down, and die full damage. You could always make the fall longer or shorter. If you wanted it to be just for a shock, then you could make it shorter. If you wanted it to kill them and they had armor or something, you could make it a longer drop. So, very versatile, simple to make.
This next design is probably the simplest of all. You want to put it where someone already has a wooden door so that it can be opened just by hand. And when a player comes along, you just put an observer underneath and it will put TNT under and blow up. Now this one's more of just a shock because there are blocks blocking the thing, making it not do full damage. And it does do block damage, so that is a reason why you may want to not do this one. I would make sure it's not going to upset your friends before you do this one. You were supposed to stay in that hole. Okay, this next design is probably the simplest one. All you need is you need to find a door in someone's house, or you can make a little house or something for the prank. And you'll need an oak door, or it can be any wooden door. You'll need an observer, a TNT, and some blocks of choice. And all you do is you put the door down. Actually, first you need the observer. So you put the observer down. You don't want to place the TNT yet, because when you place the door, it would power the TNT and blow up your thing. Now you can place the TNT. Be careful you don't open the door or anything, because if you open the door at any point, it will now blow up. Now this little tiny simple thing is set and ready, and if you walk as close as you want to the door, unless you jump, you cannot see the observer. And when you open the door, it will light the TNT and blow this up. It will do some block damage. You could, if you wanted, adjust it so that it dispensed the TNT into water to remove it doing block damage and make it only do damage to the player. But that's quite simple. All you need to do is just put a dispenser below where the TNT is currently facing up, and then instead of placing the TNT down, put it in that dispenser. This next design is more of a defense little trap thing, and it is a tempting thing. You can leave yourself AFK in it, and I've put a sign on the front to encourage people to punch me, because knowing humans, they're more likely to do the opposite, just to find out what it does. And when I am punched, it triggers the string above me, opening these two side bits, releasing these foxes, which will then attack and kill the player who punched you. Now, you could use wolves as well, and you don't have to give the foxes any swords, but if you use foxes and give them swords, they do much more damage than a wolf, and more than a fox without a sword. So they're the best thing to use, but if you don't have access, I would just use a bunch of wolves or something. It's quite hard to do this one because you obviously need to get mobs in for it. And the reason why it only releases the foxes once I get punched is because if I wasn't punched, then my foxes wouldn't actually attack the player. So it's quite basic Minecraft stuff. This next design is the most complicated overall, probably. And you'll need observers, a sign, some blocks, sticky pistons. Now, you're going to use foxes. The foxes will kill the player quicker if you give them a sword. And if you enchant that sword with sharpness, it will do it even quicker than before. So you'll need to get some foxes and bring them along. You'll need sweet berries, because you'll need it to be a fox that you've breeded, because otherwise it will run away from you and it won't protect you and stuff. You'll need redstone blocks, you'll need redstone repeater and redstone dust. So what you do is you place blocks like this. So this is going to be like the little pen for the fox. And you can put a block there, blocks here. Now you'll want to put your foxes in here, so you'll pop one in and then push it a little bit. Now you can breed them now, and that will get you a baby one. And you need the baby one in there, not the adult ones. And the baby one has nothing in its mouth, which is helpful. Give it the diamond sword. Now you can place a block on top and remove these blocks if you want to make it more compact. You have to break this, place a sticky piston down here, redstone dust right here. You need your repeater over here and redstone dust here, with a sticky piston this height, I believe. Yeah. And put a redstone block underneath. Actually, I'm going to remove that for now, just to stop me from activating it by accident too early. So, observer like that. Observer pointed up. Place string underneath. This will be what will detect you getting hit. Then blocks around like this. Blocks like this. Blocks like this. Blocks all the way around like this. Now we need to copy what we did on this side over to this side. So you need the repeater, redstone dust, sticky piston, block, blocks. Now you'll place blocks like that, blocks like this, blocks here. Now we just need to put the other fox in. And put this ceiling in, and then I'll put the redstone block in, which I'll pop that in now. So put the fox in, create the other baby fox. Don't worry, I gave them a lovely life. They were spawned in and killed like 10 seconds later. Okay, and I'll now give it the other diamond sword. Place block there, blocks like that. Now your trap should be set. You can always put a sign here saying do I know that this would be too tempting for Grian to resist, so at least I'll get one person to die to this trap. And if you want to get in to stop you from having to break that block, because there's no way you can place a sign while you're in there, like you just come in from the side here. Now make sure you don't jump because you'll trigger the thing early. And now your trap is set, and when the player punches you, you go in the string, opening it up, letting the foxes out, and because the player punched you, they'll attack the player and probably kill the player. Okay, so this next one I have two versions of. One if you want to just like surprise the player, and the other one if you want to kill them. So the first one just uses an observer and a piston to break the bed when the player sleeps in it. So it's just kind of annoying when you come and sleep in your bed, it instantly breaks it and then wakes you up again, so you don't actually get to skip the night. But we can also try the other bed, you know, that'll work much better totally. And this one will do block damage and do damage to the player and be more surprising unless the player like somehow hears it. If the player hears the sizzle of the TNT, it might not be as surprising as this actually, so it really depends. It's up to you. They have disadvantages and advantages against each other. Although, you know, if you're using this one, just make sure it's not going to upset the player, as I say. You know, because you don't want to blow up some of their base and upset them, because, you know, that's not very nice. But yeah, they're both very simple to build, and I'll show you how to build them now.
So for this first bed trap tutorial, you'll need a block of choice, a piston, an observer, and a bed. It can be whatever colour or whatever you want. And all you have to do is come over here, place an observer facing down, place the bed on top of that observer. Then you need to put a piston there. That'll work. When you sleep in the bed, the observer will power that block, powering the piston, pushing up, breaking the bed. So that's the just little shock and anti-sleeping trap. If you want to do the other one, the one where there is an explosion involved, it's slightly more expensive. And you'll need a bed, TNT, block of choice, and an observer. So what you do is you just do exactly the same thing, except replace the block here with a TNT. Now you don't want to do that yet, because when you place your bed, it would update it and blow your TNT up. So now you place your TNT, fill it in, and when you sleep in the bed, it will update the observer, powering the TNT, and will cause an explosion shortly after. So that one's really simple, very easy. Now since it's in the ground, it won't do too much damage to a build.
Okay, this next one's quite simple as well, and I think you can tell what is used to trigger the trap. So, hang on, it did nothing. Hand, stand back, let me try it. What? It's not doing anything. Hand, get away, get out the way. Get out the way! Let me have a look underneath. What? What on earth happened? There! Okay, that must be a glitch. I'm gonna show the tutorial because I'm just really confused. Okay, so to make this last one, you'll need a chest or something. You don't need the chest, but it's just to, like, as a part of the troll. You'll also need some blocks, a lever, a redstone dust, command block, and redstone torch. So you need to come back here, place your chest, break the block under this block in front of the chest, and then place your lever, turn it on. Now place redstone dust there. Come over here, place a redstone torch, place a command block. Now just set it to kill nearest player. And then if you want, you can put a little house thing around it. It's up to you. And then the way it works is when you come along and break this front block, then that breaks the lever as well, because the lever is placed on that block, meaning that this redstone dust is no longer being powered, meaning that this redstone torch over here isn't being powered. Turning it on, powering the command block, killing. So, quite simple. And yeah. So that'll be the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed seeing this person die and get turned into weird dragons and surprised in different ways. I'll be doing some more like redstone videos soon as well, and more Minecraft and Roblox videos on other things. Where are you going? But like, subscribe, hit that bell to get notified. I'll see you on my next Roblox video, because now I have a schedule of Minecraft on Monday morning and Roblox on Thursday afternoon, UK time. Bye!